Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you've probably seen that the division is heating up, and there's some seismic shifts happening that could very well reshape the AFC North for years to come. And at the heart of this shift, the Pittsburgh Steelers, always known for their stalwart defense and strategic moves. But more recently, they've been making some bold moves that signal a clear desire to elevate this team to a new level, especially on the defensive side. Let's start by talking about the big news involving the secondary. The Steelers, after losing Killebrew to injury, are looking for ways to fill that safety hole that S opened up. You know, Killebrew's injury really left a gap in their backfield. He was a key player in their secondary, and with him on IR, the Steelers have been searching for that coverage hawk, someone who can not only cover but also make plays on the ball. Now, what's interesting is that the Steelers are exploring a trade that involves their own safety, Xavier McKinney, who's currently a rising star in the NFL and a player with serious potential to be a game-changer. McKinney, who made the Pro Bowl in 2020 while with Alabama, is a true ball hawk. He's known for his ability to read plays, make tackles, and create turnovers, which is exactly what the Steelers need to bolster their secondary. This trade, which would send McKinney to a team that's looking to rebuild or retool, is not just about filling a gap. It's a strategic move for the Steelers to acquire additional draft capital, specifically a third-round pick in 2025, which they could use to bolster their offensive line or other positions. It's a win-win situation, getting a proven safety with a high ceiling while also gaining a valuable draft pick for future needs. McKinney's stats are pretty impressive when you look at his career so far. He's racked up over 350 tackles, with 9 sacks and 12 interceptions, numbers that really speak to his playmaking ability. His PFF coverage grade is an elite 92, and he's projected to be one of the top safeties in 2025. He's a player who can change the dynamic of a secondary, and his range and speed, running a 4.59 40-yard dash, are crucial attributes. His ability to cover deep, combined with his knack for making plays on the ball, means he could complement Minkah Fitzpatrick perfectly, forming a top-tier safety tandem that could elevate the Steelers' defense to new heights. Now, what makes this even more intriguing is the timing and the context. McKinney's injury history includes a quadriceps issue in 2024 that limited him to just 2 games, but when healthy, he's been a game-changer. His 8 interceptions in 2025 were a career high, and he consistently ranks among the league's best in picks, second only to some of the top playmakers in the NFL. When you consider his coverage rating, allowing a passer rating of just 56.4 when targeted, and his EPA per pass of -0.25, it's clear that McKinney is someone who can significantly boost the Steelers' pass defense. They're looking at a secondary that currently ranks around 15th in the league, allowing about 220 passing yards per game, which isn't terrible but certainly leaves room for improvement if they want to contend seriously for a deep playoff run. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers are making some interesting moves as well. They're in a bit of a rebuild mode, with a cap situation that's tight, around $17 million, and a quarterback transition on the horizon. Their secondary has been a work in progress, especially with young safeties trying to find their footing. By trading McKinney, they free up cap space and gain a valuable draft pick, which they can use to develop new talent or address other areas of need. It's clear that both teams see this trade as a strategic move, one that benefits their long-term plans. The Packers are motivated by cap flexibility and youth development, and they're not shy about making tough decisions to position themselves for the future. Now, shifting gears back to the Steelers, the impact of this potential trade isn't just about adding a star safety. It's about the ripple effect across the entire defense. Picture this. McKinney's addition could boost the Steelers' coverage EPA by around 18%, which is a substantial improvement. This means fewer yards allowed per pass, fewer big plays, and a more aggressive, confident secondary. Their projected interception total could jump by about 6 picks, and the passer rating they allow could drop from a respectable 90 to a more elite level around 70. That's the kind of defensive upgrade that can turn close games into wins, especially in the playoffs. And it's not just about individual stats. When you add a player like McKinney to Minkah Fitzpatrick, you're creating a safety tandem that's among the top in the league, comparable to some of the best duos in NFL history. This duo could be the backbone of a Steelers defense that's already formidable. Their run defense, which currently ranks around 10th, could see a boost of around 10% with McKinney's presence, especially in stopping the run and making tackles in the open field. The overall impact? The Steelers could see their defense become a nightmare for opposing offenses, forcing turnovers and creating scoring opportunities. Historically, when teams make impactful trades like this, the results often speak for themselves. Remember how the Diggs trade to the Cowboys added about 4 pass deflections to their secondary? Well, McKinney's grade of 90. 2 in coverage can do something similar for the Steelers. His presence could fill the void left by Killebrew's injury and even elevate the entire unit. The projection is that this could lead to a significant reduction in defensive touchdowns allowed via pass and an overall leap in rankings from around 10th to top 5 in the league. Plus, the additional turnovers, an expected 8 more in the upcoming season, could be the difference between making the playoffs or watching from home. Now, looking ahead to the Super Bowl odds, this kind of defensive upgrade could be a game changer for the Steelers. Currently, they're listed at plus 2,000 odds, but with the addition of a player like McKinney, those odds could shorten significantly to around plus 1,200. If he proves to be a true X-factor in their playoff push, especially against high-powered offenses like the Kansas City Chiefs, the Steelers' chances of winning a playoff game could see a boost of about 12%. That's not just speculation. It's rooted in the kind of defensive improvements that can tilt the balance in high-stakes postseason games. Now, let's consider the broader picture. The Steelers have always been a team built on a strong defense, a relentless pass rush led by T.J. Watt, and a disciplined secondary. Adding McKinney isn't just about plugging a hole. It's about creating a new identity, one that mixes the physicality of Watt's rush with a secondary that can cover, intercept, and turn the tide of games. Imagine a defense that can pressure the quarterback relentlessly while also suffocating the passing game with top-tier coverage. That's the vision the Steelers' front office seems to be aiming for. And if this trade goes through, it could be the move that transforms their defense into a Steel Curtain 2-0, reminiscent of the legendary units of the past, but with a modern twist. And so, as we inch closer to the season, all eyes are on the Steelers and this potential blockbuster trade involving Xavier McKinney. The impact could ripple across the league, shaking up divisional standings, playoff seeding, and ultimately Super Bowl contenders. The AFC North is already one of the most competitive divisions in football, with teams like the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns all vying for supremacy. But a stronger Steelers defense could tip the scales, giving them an edge in close games, especially against those division rivals. Now I want to hear from you, Steelers fans. What do you think about this move? Do you believe Xavier McKinney can be the difference maker your team needs to finally get over the hump and make a deep playoff run? Or do you see potential risks with the injury history and the price paid? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more breakdowns, and everything you need to stay ahead of the game in Steelers Nation. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep supporting your Pittsburgh Steelers because this season could be something special with moves like these.